Hello, and welcome back to The Witch's Brew. I'm your host, Amanda, and this week our witchy topic is what is a spirit team and how do I work with them? I like to use the term spirit team because for me, that's kind of all encompassing. And with my short form content on my other socials, which are the Deity Medium 444, all one word, I typically only do short form content. So I only have 3-ish minutes to say my piece and get out. So saying spirit team is just easier and faster. But what that encompasses are spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones who have passed away, because loved ones who have passed away and ancestors are a little different. Ancestors are blood related. Loved ones could also be friends. Someone over here is saying lovers. Spicy, okay. Maybe a friend's parent that you were close to. All right. Not necessarily ancestors who are blood related. But a spirit team can also include angels, archangels, or guardian angels, deities, so the gods, the goddesses, saints, ascended masters, which I define as anyone that was like really, 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 really good at their craft, whatever that craft was, in their lifetime. So, like, Michael Jackson is an ascended master. So is Einstein and Mozart. Uh, I could go on and on and on. They could also, I'm saying this for really my editor, who does a really great job of picking up spirits. um, so spirit teams can also mean like spirits that you have picked up along the way. And not everyone picks up spirits along the way, but some people do. So that is what a spirit team is. Now, let's talk spirit guides. I don't want to say they're more likely to reach out to you. I would say like spirit guides, ancestors, and loved ones are probably going to reach out to you first. Everyone's situation is different though. Spirit guides, they are really assigned to you before you are even born. Everyone has about 2 or 3. Some people have more. But they are, like their name says, they are there to guide you on your journey, meaning life. I find it very interesting as a psychic medium tapping into different people's spirit guides as well as ancestors. The way mine work, my spirit guides will be, not all the times, sometimes a little bit more neutral, just because that is their position. That is just what they have what they have to be at the time. And I will ask the same question of my ancestors and get a way more direct response. Do with that information what you will. But I get a lot of people who come to me and ask me, how do I start working with my spirit guides, with my ancestors, with my loved ones, with the archangels, with a specific god? And we'll get into gods and goddesses later. I believe that episode is coming up in a month or two. It was supposed to happen already, and then if you watched my episode about Mercury retrograde, the episode's about the gods and goddesses, they just it deleted itself. So I will be re-recording that later. But this is specifically with your spirit team, so talking a little bit more in general, focusing mainly on more spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones. My first recommendation is talk to them and just make it part of your daily routine. Everyone has different levels of comfortability with this. You can talk to them out loud. You can also talk to them in your head. You can also take a piece of paper and write them a note. All right? It really is up to you. You can talk to them about pretty much anything. All right? You can ask them for help. Now, with your ancestors and your spirit guides and your loved ones, that is a lot easier to do than with the higher level of spirits, because there is a hierarchy. And maybe someday we'll talk all about that. But like Hecate is a higher level spirit than your great grandfather who had passed. No offense to your great grandfather. All right. It is a lot easier to ask your spirit guides, your ancestors, and your loved ones for help than it is to ask an archangel or a god or goddess that you don't already have a relationship with. So, other topics that you can talk to them about, other than asking them for help. And honestly, you can ask. I lied. We're going back to it, I guess, because Catherine has more to say about that. Catherine is my main spirit guide. Love her. You can ask them for help with pretty much anything you can think of. You can ask them for protection, obviously. You could ask them to help you get more money. You can ask them to help you get free food, which is pretty cool. I've tried it. It works. I ended up getting like a bunch of free McDonald's. It was great. You can also ask them for help clearing traffic out of the way, or keeping you safe on your journey from one place to another. You can ask them for advice. And when you do this, be open to the signs. We talked last week about signs from the universe. Your spirit team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, loved ones, they will use those same signs. Okay. So if you're asking for advice, asking for guidance, be open to the signs. A lot of people will come to me in readings, and I will start listing off the signs that their spirit team uses to communicate with them, and they will so many times say, "Oh, I didn't realize that was a sign. Oh, I didn't even think about that." Or, "Oh, I saw a video about what you said 3 days ago, and I just passed by it because I didn't think that that was advice for me." Like, I watched it and then I was like, no, I need another sign. And again, we're all human. We're all human. No one is perfect. However, if you keep asking them for advice, if you keep asking them for guidance, and they keep trying to communicate with you, and you keep writing it off, that is very frustrating for them. It's almost sometimes on their end, they're showing me this image of them like screaming in your face, but you have noise canceling headphones on and a blindfold. All right, so be open to the signs. Anyway, let's talk about other things you can talk to them about. You can just tell them what's going on in your life. Some of your ancestors, they just want to feel included. They just want to know what's happening. And it can be about the most mundane shit. Some of them would even love to hear about your workplace drama. It can be something like that. It doesn't have to be anything like giant. Especially if you have kids or nieces and nephews. Remember, before that child came down to this earth, they were watched over by your ancestors, by your loved ones. So that's part of the reason why children are so popular when it comes to spirits. Yes, they are more spiritually aware. However, they are often checked up on a lot by past loved ones, by ancestors, because those people helped take care of that little child before they were brought onto this earth. Okay, so if you have a little human in your life, you can even just update the spirits on that little human. I told my ancestors the other day, like, Larry's favorite word is yellow right now, and he thinks everything is yellow. And we're trying to figure out whether that's color blindness or not. I don't think it is, but there's a good chance he could be colorblind. You can express gratitude to them. Remember, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. So the more you express gratitude, the more likely you are to be receiving in return. Now, I get it. Sometimes you are pissed off and you just need to voice that. I had one of those moments last night because I was trying to upload a reading and it was taking forever. I was finally like, you know what, guys? I know that everything happens for a reason. I know that everything happens in time. I need this to be faster. I need you to work whatever magic that you can work because I have other things that I need to do, and I can't sit here for another half an hour waiting for this to upload. And after I had that little hissy fit, it uploaded in like 12 minutes. That method won't always work, but sometimes it is necessary and needed. Love you, Catherine. All right. Talk to your spirit guides and your ancestors, your loved ones. Talk to them frequently about what it is that you want. All right. Tell them what you want to experience. Tell them where you want to go in life. I will say this works a little better when you are a little bit more vague about that. So if you, I feel like I can't even use that example because I don't know any names. Okay, let's say you want to be a CEO. Saying, I want to be a CEO of a highly successful company will likely get you farther than you saying, I want, a call's coming in, rather than saying, I want to be the CEO of Apple. There are so many opportunities to be the CEO of Apple, and it's very narrow. So that really decreases your chances a lot. But being more vague and saying, I want to be the CEO of a highly successful company, that opens your options up a lot. And that leaves your spirits more room to intercede on your behalf. And honestly, if you change your mind, you change your mind. That's totally fine. But talk to them. Tell them what you want. Now, you don't have to be as vague if there's somewhere that you want to travel. Cancun keeps coming up. I don't know why. I don't know what's in Cancun, but it keeps coming up. Let's say you want to visit Cancun. You can tell your spirit team, I would like to visit Cancun. Let's make it happen. You can get a little bit more specific with that by saying, I want to visit Cancun by the end of 2028. That's a lot easier said than done than I want to visit Cancun by the end of September 2025. Unless you already have a trip planned to Cancun, makes it a little tighter, a little less likely to happen. So keep those things in mind. All right, you can talk to them using divination as well if you want a little bit more conversation rather than just you seemingly talking to the void. All right. Some of you might already have divination practices. But if you are looking for some more ideas on how to communicate with spirit, how to communicate with spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, blah, 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 that episode will come out October 3rd. And that's going to be kind of a 2-part as well, because we'll have divination practices on October 3rd, and then October 10th is going to be about tarot and oracle cards. And I will also have a YouTube video up about, I actually just filmed the other day, about how I prep my decks to work with them. But yeah, if you already have a divination practice, then you already know. I will say And again, we'll get more into this. I don't want to film that episode right now, but oracle cards are a very easy way to start. But there are definitely tons of other practices. And if you have tried the card route and that did not work out for you or is not working out for you, chances are there is another form of divination that your spirit team prefers. And honestly, that you'll be more successful at as well. In general, remember when you are asking for guidance and advice, be open-minded, pay attention to the small details, and that will be very helpful. Now, it can still be frustrating because keep in mind you are communicating with spirits across different planes of existence. So just keep that in mind. Be patient with them. Ask them to be patient with you. Now, one final thing. You can leave offerings to your spirit team. It's not totally necessary, but you can. Offerings can be in the form of coins, food, trinkets, flowers. If you are out and about and you see something that reminded you or reminds you of your deceased loved one, I'm not saying you have to pick it up, but if you are looking to make an offering, you could, get that thing, get that food item and leave it out and offer it to them. I'm sure they would love that. Honestly, a lot of ancestors just would like to be acknowledged and would like to be talked to. So just starting there would make them so happy. All right. So that is an honestly relatively quick episode about spirit teams and spirit guides. I could honestly talk about all of this stuff forever, but I'm not going to yap your ear off today. So I will leave it at that, and I will see you next week when we talk about how to work with eclipses. Bye.